Ta-da! Guys, I just thought I would show everybody, because I was actually sat on that bench just 8 days ago actually, prior to having surgery to rectify a massive bulge disc that I have in my L5-S1. For those of you who haven't seen my previous videos, my name is Paul. I'm a personal trainer and also a mindset coach. And just to give you a very brief summary, if you haven't seen my other two videos, 6 months ago, started to suffer with back pain, went to see the physio who referred me to a chiropractor. Pain got worse, nothing was resolved. Went to my doctor, he sent me for an MRI scan to the hospital, and on the back of that MRI I was told that I had a massive disc bulge, which was shown to me on the actual x-ray. So, to cut a long story short, 7 days ago I had surgery today, and I walked out of the hospital 24 hours later, and I have to say, let's go through the stuff that was tough. The first couple of days sucked. I'm going to be totally honest with people. It was tough getting out of bed, going to the toilet, you know, very, very painful, obviously from the operating incision wound. The great thing was all that leg pain had gone, and I had no numbness or pain in my right butt cheek, and all that calf numbness and sort of tingling sensation had gone. Slight bit in my front of my couple of toes in terms of the pins and needles, but apart from that, very, very minimal. Each day will get better, and each day after them first couple of days, I thought it was about 20 to 30% better. Started to walk, and did have some challenging and also some funny moments. A couple of days ago, being a personal trainer and being competitive, I went out for my daily walk, and these things are a great advantage, and I'll touch on them shortly. I was actually overtaken by an old deer on a Zimmer frame, and I was almost felt myself wanting to overtake this lady. But we smiled, said good morning as she strolled past me, and I thought I'm going to take her on in a week's time. I got my wife to change my dressing this morning. I was laid flat down on the bed, and I have to say I squealed like a baby. I don't know if it's because the hair's on my back, but I felt like she was pulling my wound off. She was being very, very gentle, or she told me she was being very gentle, and boy did it hurt. And also toilet issues. I hate to talk about toilet issues, but most of us have to go. It has been a challenge. I think with all the medication I was taking, it definitely presented some challenges. Fortunately, I did get some sort of sachets from the doctor that helped loosen things up, and I won't go into too much detail, but it worked, and I've been to the toilet several times since then. So lots of positives, lots of challenges the first couple of days, and it's great that today on my 7th day I feel the best I've ever been. Walking's been great. I live in a 3-storey house, and getting up and down the stairs without using the side rail has been fantastic. Still very, very cautious, because obviously there is a pain there in my lower back from the incision, but apart from that, having that leg pain go, you know, for those of you going through this, it has been phenomenal. So just to reiterate some tips for you, what I normally do is I would kneel down like that to pick something up, and what's really advantageous is that obviously the advice is not to pick anything up over £10. I haven't done that, and I would make sure that everybody doesn't go to that. It's very easy to think you're getting really well, really quick, but the last thing you want to do is to go through a re-herniation. So I thought I'd share with you my top 9 tips. I thought I'd go for 9 because everyone goes for 10 and it's so dull. So we'll go for 9. So the first week's going to be really tough. You will need support. Don't be embarrassed to ask. You know, I've had my wife had the towel dry me, put my underpants on. Sorry, boxer shorts now, isn't it? I'm a mature guy, and all sorts of stuff. Don't be embarrassed. You will need support in them, especially them first couple of days. Getting in and out of cars really sucks. So I actually go in from the side of the door, and I use the actual door, and then I turn myself to sit down. It is really tough. First day coming back from the hospital, every single bump in the road was a challenge. So just be aware of that, getting in and out of cars. Try and drink enough water. Felt really dehydrated and I did have headaches for a couple of days. And try and eat as healthy as possible. Being a personal trainer, I like to think that I keep myself in great shape, eat healthy, drink well. The last few weeks hasn't been great for me in terms of a clean diet, and I have actually put on 10 pounds in weight. Fortunately, I know what to do to get that off fairly quickly and sensibly, and that's going to be one of my targets going forward. So make sure you eat and drink sensibly. Get your props. These walking sticks have been great. Obviously, people who see you with walking sticks tend to stay out of your way and can see that there's an issue with you. They've been really, really helpful. And rather than getting the old granddad stick, then walking sticks have been fantastic. I've got a skiing holiday booked in March. Unfortunately, I won't be skiing under the doctor's orders, but I'm going to use the walking sticks out skiing because I think they'll be a great thing for me to start building up my cardio and also my core strength going forward. Ice packs. Can't emphasise this enough. I used to just have a normal ice pack, but I found this one on Amazon. It's about 10 quid, and basically you just wrap it around your waist and basically just have that on for about 20 minutes. Generally, when I've been sitting for too long, I can feel the pain in my lower back. Tie that around your waist, put it on for 20 minutes, have a walk, and then put it back in the freezer, and then use that as and is and when you feel like. The other thing I did is I created a daily planner on my iPad, just so I could give myself some daily goals to achieve. And I think it's really important that I've created a little exercise routine for myself, only very minimal stuff like jumping jacks without the jumping, etc. High knees, just tapping my knees, little back flicks, nothing too strenuous because I've been reiterated by the doctor to do nothing but walk for the first 2 weeks. Obviously, I'm qualified in what I do in personal training, and I like to think that I know a lot of the things that I'm going to go through when I go through with the physio in the next 2 weeks. Stick with the painkillers for the first week. I heard a lot of people on the YouTube clips saying they stopped taking painkillers after 2 days, etc. I stopped taking mine last night. The challenge with that is I didn't have any sleep because I've been used to taking certain painkillers. So we're going to do a night on, a night off for the next week, just so I can wean myself off them painkillers. Sixth place, the point 6, don't lift anything over £10. It's something they do reiterate to you in hospital. It's very easy, like I said before, if you start to get confident, you can start lugging things around. The last thing you want to do is go through this again, so I really want you to yield that advice. Seventh, as you get better, don't get complacent. Like bending down incorrectly, it's quite easily to start getting back in bed the way you used to get into bed, and it's very easy to start bending down and rounding your back. Using that kneeling down lunge position to pick something up is a much better way, or to get in and out of a cupboard, because then at least your back's in a line. And also getting out of bed is putting your arms down, seated down, and then putting your legs up to get in. I have been able to sleep on both my back and my sides. I know a lot of people have said they couldn't sleep on the back, but it's not been as uncomfortable as what I thought it would have been listening to other people. In 8th place, walk as much as possible for the first 2 weeks. Obviously that's what the doctor advised, and obviously the physio said that's all was to do for the first 2 weeks. I know I've introduced these light exercises, but I'm comfortable doing that because it's giving my legs some movement. I'm doing about 45 minutes a day, twice a day now from today, and that, whilst I still feel the ache and the pain in my back, it definitely helps you both mentally and physically whilst you're out there. And listen and read stuff that motivates you. There's a lot of negative stuff on the internet, especially on YouTube. Don't do this, don't do that. It's the worst thing surgery you can have. There's lots of blogs out there. So do your own research, but don't listen to all the naysayers. This is the best thing I can see so far that I've done. I know I'm only 7 days out and I'll keep everyone updated. But obviously, being a mindset coach, I understand that it's key that you have a goal and you have something to focus on going forward. I've set my goals now for the next 12 months, but not only that, I've got a goal every day to get a little bit better. So it's really key. So I hope them tips are useful for everybody. I will do another update on month 1 of how I'm doing. Any questions, please drop them down below this video.